Forsage is doing big things, doing big things. I think we are, around 11 million now, just a little over a week. $11 million in Tron that has been paid out to all of the members. So yeah, those of you guys who don't know already, Forsage already had the Ethereum platform, which is like so many other Ethereum platforms. They kind of, got stuck in the mud a little bit because of the high gas fees. And those of you guys who were in the Ethereum platforms or are in the Ethereum platforms, you know what I'm talking about. Platforms or fees on these platforms for just making an upgrade or even registering was, costing $25 just for the gas fees, not to mention the actual registration fee. And then to upgrade, likewise, extremely high gas fees. So of course the developers, Lotto and Friends, Lotto, Lola, there's a few others out there, but they, had been working in the background to put together and adapt to the situation and put together something for us that, well, it's working out real nice. We've already got, I think, I'm not sure, almost 100,000. I think we're at 80 something thousand members. We'll see here in the back office in a second when I log in. But this is the landing page here so that you guys can see when you come in and check it out. We'll scroll on down. You can see some of the basic information and talking about the fact that it's zero risk. This is a smart contract. Those of you guys who do not know what a smart contract is, basically it's a program, it's a coded coded program on the Tron network. Now they did it likewise with the Ethereum network, where we can put together these type of programs, and not only programs where we're able to, work together and have an opportunity to make money like we're doing, but these basically are immutable, meaning that they can't be changed, they can't be tampered with, and so on and so forth. And that allows for, a decentralization, so to speak, where there isn't a centralized wallet that all the money is going into. And, people who've been into these kind of platforms before, and crypto in particular, know that oftentimes, it's a centralized situation, and, you've got the admins or whoever it might be that take the money in, and then they close the website down, and then they're, running off into the sunset with your funds. And this does not happen here. In fact, no money ever goes into the contract for Forsage, not on the Ethereum or on the Tron platform. So, the money is distributed accordingly to the appropriate partners. So, again, we don't have to worry about, being scammed with respect to people running off with our money. So, yeah, as you can see, as I scroll down here, I think this is based on the Ethereum. Yeah, this is showing the amount of Ethereum, not the Tron. But regardless, you can see here, this is where we will log in. Let me, in fact, go ahead and do that and show people. I'm going to log in. Now, it gives you the option to do either Ethereum, go into the Ethereum platform, or the Tron. And of course, we're going to be talking about Tron here today. So let me go ahead and log in over there. And as you can see here, there's two ways of going into your back office. You can go into view mode, which you can actually look at anyone who has signed up and is a member. You can look from ID number 1 all the way to ID 80,000 and whatever we're at right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put my ID in. And actually, I'm going to go right on into view mode. Otherwise, you do have to have your Tron Link wallet or another wallet. And a lot of us are on mobile. So you will have to make sure that if you want to go in directly and to be able to have access to upgrading and to do some of the other features, you have to make sure that you're not in view mode and that you are logged into your, in this case up here, I'll show you guys my Tron Link wallet. Make sure that you're logged in like so. Before you do that, put your either your ID, or you can put your Tron address in there as well. And then of course you go to automatic login as opposed to the viewing mode. So here we are in the back office. I'm going to go ahead and dive straight on into the instructions, and we'll talk about some of the details of the back office, or the dashboard rather, in a second. But yeah, let me go ahead and get to how this thing works. So with Forsage, again, you guys, we are going into 2 programs, so to speak. All right. Now, when we come in with our registration of 200 Tron, that's going to open up the first income slot on X3, and it's going to open up the income slot on X4, the first income slots. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit different, right? X3, you've got 1 row, and on X4, you have 2 rows. All right. Now, X3, going back up there, this is what we call the active side, where you are actively bringing in people yourself to fill in the pay positions here underneath the income slots. Those positions will not be filled unless you have people that you referred in that come in, and everyone's going to come in. Anyone that you refer in is going to again take that first income slot, and that will will happen for everyone that you bring in, and then it recycles and so on and so forth. But as people upgrade their income slots on X3, likewise your referrals, they will have to upgrade to fill in the positions underneath X3. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's the active side, as opposed to the team build on X4, which is a combination. It can, and these positions is a combination. It can be filled by either your referrals that you bring in, or what I like to call overflow from above, as people rotate in and out of pay positions. Now, again, the first row of X4, this is where, again, I call these the rotating payment positions, because, again, when those positions get filled, you don't get paid from those positions on the top row. We only get paid on the positions from the bottom row. All right, so make sure that we'll go into more detail about that in a second, but make sure you're aware of that. Now, again, you are using someone's referral link. Normally, again, now, of course, some people come in and go to forsage.io, they register, and they may be defaulted to the first ID. But of course, you do want to be sure that you sign up underneath the person who referred you, perhaps to this Zoom call, or they told you about it on Facebook, or whatever the case might be. So you want to make sure that you use their referral link, which can be found right here. All right, and that's going to forever tie you and your Tron ID, or your Tron address that's attached to the program forever. Okay, in theory. Now, also be aware that the income slots, it's a one-time purchase. All right, so once you purchase them, they do not expire. You don't have to purchase them again. So that's the one of the fine things about this platform, is that, again, once you pay for that income slot, that's it, you're done, and you move on to the next income slot accordingly. All right, and again, the income or the unlimited automatic reinvest, which you can see as these recycle icons, as I stated, when the positions get filled and that last position gets hit, it's going to reactivate the income slot and open up the income positions to be paid all over again. All right, so this is how it works when we come into the program, and that's basically how it's going to go. Now, the income slots, we have 15 income slots for each program, okay, as opposed to 12 income slots like we had with Forsage Ethereum. Now, it's the first income slot, as we know, it's going to be 100 Tron, and each income slot after that is going to double and be twice as much as the income slot previous to that. All right, so again, as we move up from 100 all the way to 1 million, what is that? 1,097,000 and something. So again, quite a lot of Tron. And it's the same with the X4. Again, you've got 15 pay positions, or rather 15 income slots that you can upgrade through. And once you open them all, you have 30 income, if you want to call it passive income, or income streams that you have access to, and that when people come in, either as your referral or as other people in the team build purchase in those positions, then once those payments hit you, again, they are effectively money that you're getting in as a continuous income stream that's perpetually happening. Right now, as your teams grow and more people get involved, you'll see a lot more activity with respect to getting payments in perhaps several times a day. So again, be aware that that's how many income slots that we have, and that's how it works, again, with each income slot being double the one preceding it. Okay, so we move on down to the registration. I already talked about the fact that it is 200 Tron to register. Also be aware that you do need a little bit of extra Tron in the wallet to cover the transaction fees, which are very little. And that's another reason why with Tron, they moved over to this, because for one, they can effectively have many more transactions taking place, unlike the Ethereum network that really got clogged up with so many DeFi projects coming out and so many other smart contracts that had a lot of, the way that it was set up, they had a lot of transactions that was pretty much clogging up the pipes. But again, here, with Tron, the transaction fees are very, very little. So again, basically you do want to have about, I'd say, an extra 20 to 50 Tron in your wallet. and of course more than that if you choose. But that's again 200 Tron to come in, which is going to be divided. Again, 100 is going to go into opening up X3, and 100 Tron is going to go into opening up the X4. Okay. Now the way that X3 works, again, you've got your payments that effectively your ID is your Tron wallet, whether it's a Tron Link wallet, whether it's a Tron wallet.me, whether it's the new Clever.io wallet, whatever that might be, but your Tron address is effectively connected to your ID. So when people come in, whether it's on X3 or X4, but in this case X3, that first payment comes in, it will immediately go to you, 100% of it. All right, and instantaneously, you don't have to come in and manually withdraw. This is one of those platforms where it's going to end up instantly in your wallet without you having to do any extra work. All right, so likewise, when the second position is filled, that payment will also instantaneously go into your wallet. And likewise, the third payment will come in, but it will also instantly be paid to your upline. All right. In fact, your sponsor, because you're effectively paying your sponsor to reactivate that income slot. All right. And again, that's what happens for your referrals likewise, right? When people come in and they get to that recycle position, that payment's going to come up to you when they have to reactivate their income slot. All right. Now, again, this is the same all the way up through to the 15th income slot for the X3. Okay. So essentially, that's how X3 works. X4, as I already stated, you can look at it as, think of it as two rows, right? You've got your top row and you have your bottom row. And with the top row, you can see these arrows indicating that the payment will go up and out to another person in your team, or it could even be within the entire global network. But as people rotate into this payment position, that payment, again, even if it's your own referral that comes in to fill that first position, that payment is going to go out to someone else in the network. Likewise with the second position. But on the bottom row, this is where you are going to get paid, just like you do on X3. It does go into your wallet instantaneously, not having to wait. There's nothing that you have to do manually. It just goes into your wallet. So again, one of the most beautiful parts of the system. So as you fill up all the way through to the last position, likewise, once it's filled, you're going to be able to reactivate that income slot, whether it's the first income slot or whether it's the 15th income slot. And then it opens up all of those payment positions again, allowing them to be filled. And typically the payments will come in, or in terms of the positions that get filled, usually it's the first box, but it's not always the first box. Sometimes it could be the second box that gets filled first, or it could be sometimes the second box on the bottom row that gets filled. All right, but ideally, the payment positions are going to fill in first on the top, and then they will move from left to right on the bottom row. Again, X4, that's how it works. Now, reinvest, which I've already stated. Again, you are going to have to fill up the positions first before you get a reinvest. And as you see that recycle icon, you'll see, kind of spread all around on the dashboard and whatnot. But again, be aware when you see that icon, that means that you have recycled. You'll also see this in the statistics page, where you'll see, all of the detailed information about a transaction. And of course, you'll see that as a recycle position. So again, simply put, the recycle happens automatically without you having to do anything. Once the payment position comes in, it automatically goes up to your upline, or rather directly to your, and that payment will always go to your sponsor. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, reinvest, again, it's pretty simple. That's what happens. Once you fill the positions, we reactivate the income slots and it's ready to go. Okay, so upgrading. Now, most of you have already seen in the back office, if you're a member already. If you're not a member, you will see a shopping cart that is going to be preceding or rather it's going to come after the income slot that you already have opened. All right, so when you see this, you're going to need to tap onto that, and of course, it will open up it will ask you to confirm the payment, and you just click onto that, and then you'll be able to upgrade once you pay the appropriate amount of Tron to open up that income slot. You can also see this caution warning sign, which indicates that if you have filled up all of the positions and on the first round, if you haven't upgrade it to the next income slot, you'll get this warning sign, meaning that if you were to receive, let's say, a fourth person who comes in to fill that income slot, then you wouldn't actually receive that payment, okay? Because what's happening is the system is incentivizing you to upgrade as opposed to just kind of staying at the income slot and not doing anything and just staying there for the life of your membership. Because what's going on is, you would be actually kind of holding up the system in terms of not upgrading and not contributing, so to speak, to the greater good of the entire network. So when you get this caution arrow, again, that means that you filled up your income slots. You filled up the payment positions underneath an income slot, and then again, you wouldn't receive the payments that come in after that. So, but this doesn't affect the positions before that, or rather, this doesn't affect the income slots like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 would not have this warning sign that pops up. That only happens when, again, the payment positions are filled up, and again, if you haven't upgraded, then that's when you're going to end up seeing that position, or rather that icon. So be aware of that. Also, too, to note that if you don't upgrade, right, and again, one of your referrals actually upgrades before you do, then effectively you won't receive that payment, because a lot of times people will see that their own referrals have upgraded to the next income slot, and then they wonder, why haven't I received the payment? I know that my referral, they upgraded to the next income position. How come I'm not seeing the payment? Well, effectively, if you don't purchase the income slot before your referral does, then you don't have any access rights, right? Again, when we purchase these income slots, we're effectively purchasing a digital license for that income, all right? And to be able to continue to earn on that income. So again, if you haven't purchased it, but yet your referral or someone in your downline, one of your direct referrals has, then that means that, and that also goes with, let's say your referrals, if they decide to upgrade before their sponsor, you would actually receive the payment if you had the income slot open, but likewise you would still miss the payment if you didn't upgrade. All right, so be aware of that. This is why we want to this is why we want to make sure, hang on, this is why we want to make sure that we do upgrade, so that we kind of position ourselves in the event that we have uplines who don't, or rather if we have someone who in our downline who decides that they want to upgrade. Hang on one second, let me mute this. Naturally, things in the background. But however, though, we want to make sure that you upgrade, and that we all do, so that we can position ourselves to be able to receive that income that comes in. Because again, if someone overtakes their upline, you might be the next one in line to receive that payment. And that's, not good for your downline, or rather not good for your, for your downline, but as you would be able to position yourself to receive that payment. So again, another point to make about that, another reason why you do want to, open up those income slots as high as you can. Now, going on down here with the overflow, the overtaking, and returns. So this only happens on the X4, right? Well, you're going to see all of these different colored circles, right? These different tones that we've got. Now, again, as I stated before, the X4, it can be filled, all positions can be filled and more with your direct partners, all right? That is possible. So you don't necessarily have to wait for the overflow, or again, I don't like to call it spillover, because people come into this with their, let's say their sponsor or their upline telling them that, hey, sign up, you're going to receive spillover. It's just going to be one of those things where you can just kick back and not do anything. Well, it is possible, again, for you to receive payments if you have rotated into the top position, like I said, on the top row of someone within the network. But there are many thousands of people who come into even on one team, right? Some teams have within their team structure, 5,000, 10,000 or so members or more. And again, we want to make sure that we're not waiting to get put in a payment position. You want to be sure that you are actively bringing people in if you're able to. It's not required, but again, you'll be able to receive payments much more effectively and be much more in control if you're bringing people in yourself, right? As opposed to just, coming into the program, not ever referring anyone in and waiting for spillover or, these overflows. Again, the overflow, it really can be looked at as a bonus or a gift, not something that you want to wait around and depend on, or contact your upline and ask them, hey, how come I'm not receiving my spillovers, or how come I'm not getting paid? Well, again, it's random at best, and it's unpredictable. So again, like I said, with respect to bringing people in to fill up the X4, you can bring your own partners in. But yes, the overflow does work in the way that, if you see a light colored circle, and that means overflow from above, that means that you have rotated into a payment position into someone who is above your ID number. And when you do, effectively that payment that falls on their top line, it could be you. And if it is, then that payment's going to come in as a light colored blue circle, which indicates as overflow from above. And then with the darker blue circle, same idea, right? If you've rotated into position on someone's top row in the X4, and that payment comes up to you, then it's going to be viewed as overflow from below. Okay. Now, of course, the pink colored circle here, this indicates that someone has overtaken their partner. And so again, as I stated on one of the diagrams above with the X3, that someone can come in and overtake their partner. Likewise, they can do that in the X4, and that may fill in to your position as well, right? So again, if that happens, that just means that someone has come in by overtaking their partner on whatever income slot they did, and if it falls into the top row of their X4, then you would receive that payment. However it ends up falling for you, it could fall into a top position on your top row, or it could fall into a position on the bottom row as well. Okay, so simply put, again, the X4, it can be filled up through a combination of all of these circles, or in any one of them. Okay, now that pretty much sums it up. Now again, I didn't really talk about the lost profit, which you'll see going back up here in the statistics. It does look, oh sorry, I skipped over it, but it does look like this. You'll see that means that, again, basically you missed a payment because you didn't have that income slot open. And as I said before, if someone comes in and buys one of the income slots before you do, or even several levels below, and it could have gone up to you, it will be indicated in your back office in the statistics as a lost payment. Now, if you see the gift box, that just means that, again, someone effectively, again, overtook their partner. You had the income slot box open and you received that gift payment because, again, you were in position to receive a payment where someone else was not. And that pretty much sums it up. Now, here's a couple of other things to note. The Academy, which will show up here on the dashboard, but that's something that you can access through the in Telegram, the official Forsage Telegram. You can see how to get on board with that to find out things about marketing and find out a little bit more about ways to go about bringing people in, and other tools and techniques that are just resourceful things to know, so that you can make Forsage work for you better. Here is which we'll see at the top of the menu, but the Telegram icon, which will take you directly to the official Forsage Telegram page. And be aware that there aren't any other social media outlets. So they don't have a Facebook page, or there isn't a Twitter account, there may be people out there that are also advertising Forsage, but there's not a official Forsage where you have support from the official admins or anything like that. So the only official support and official group chat and so forth can be found on Telegram. All right. So let me go ahead and get back up to the top here, and we'll discuss some of the other things here on the top dashboard. Now, this is where you can find your ID, or rather your Tron address. Also here you can see to the left that this clearly indicates that we are in view mode right now. Again, in view mode, you won't be able to do things like upgrading. In fact, let me go to my dashboard here. So what I mean is, if I click onto this, it should bring up a sign showing. Oh, well, no, I don't have that much in there, hopefully. Hopefully I didn't just upgrade. Yeah, I don't think I have that much in there anyways. But however, though, yeah, in view mode, you shouldn't be able to upgrade. Yeah, I guess, John, if you want to check that for me too, make sure I didn't accidentally just upgrade to level 11 there. But not a bad thing, I guess, if I did to get myself in position. But typically, and what happened on the Ethereum network is that, or Ethereum platform, is that you would get a indication that pops up showing that you are effectively unable to make a payment or upgrade in view mode. So again, like I said, you would have to directly log in. In fact, let me go ahead and do that and log out here, and I will go in. And this, until they put it in English, but this basically says that you're going into the back office as authorized. Oh, looks like I actually just did. So yeah, I just upgraded my level 11. There you go, live for all of you guys on video. Didn't mean to do that, but anyways, it seems as though in view mode, apparently they don't have that set up to where you can't. Huh. Okay, didn't mean to do that, but oh well, no big deal. It's open now, so there you go. Hopefully we'll be able to get some people who come in to upgrade through to that next level. So again, you know, this is where you can find, like I said, your Tron ID or your Tron address. And at the very bottom here, I think this is in the way here. Let me get my Zoom menu out of the way. But you can find the contract address here on the very bottom. If I click onto that, it will take us out to the Forsage contract. So here you can see the actual contract itself. We can see that it has been verified, the source code has been verified, so on and so forth. And yeah, so for people who are trying to find where the actual contract address is, you can find it there on the main dashboard at the very bottom of the page. All right, and so the other things here to note, again, this is where we can find our partners. If you click onto this, you can see the list of partners that you have inside of your team, and also the total amount that are in the structure of your team. As I scroll down here, now this is something for people who were in the Ethereum platform. If you want to connect, because just maybe about 3 or 4 days ago, they didn't have it set up in a way that your Tron ID was actually set to your Ethereum address, or rather your Ethereum ID in Forsage. So there is a way to do that. We're not going to go into detail about how to do that right now, but there are instructions. In fact, if I go to the Telegram, I think they have it here. In fact, let me go ahead and post this in the chat box for people that are on Zoom. And hang on one second. So yeah, there you go. That's there for those of you guys who want to see how to link your Ethereum account to your Tron account. That can be done. All right, so that basically when people are referred in, now once Ethereum picks back up and things get back to normal, then you'll be able to, again, people will be able to come in with the same link that you're using for Tron, which is actually just forsage.io. As I scroll down here, and you'll see the / and then the remaining characters that will take you and will take them to the main Forsage page, which will allow them to either sign up under the Ethereum platform or the Tron platform. Okay, so let me scroll down a little further here. Again, this is where you can see the list of partners and all of the details with respect to what level they've upgraded to. You can also see how many partners they have individually. You can also even click on their ID and it'll take you to their statistics, and so on and so forth there. So again, for people who are looking for the statistics about their partners, it can be found there under the drop menu for partners. Here's another thing. If you guys want to click on statistics, this will actually show you a variety of like the transactions that have come in. Now on the Ethereum platform, it allows you to filter. I guess you can, if I click here, you can filter right. Yeah, you just click on this here, and then you can type on whatever type of particular statistics that you're looking for, whether it's X3 or X4, incoming, outgoing transactions, who's on what level, and so forth. So that can be found there on the statistics. And here you can set a goal, which will basically a target goal. You can put whatever the goal description is. You can even load a picture in there if you want to, saying that you wanted to buy a house or something to that effect, and then you had a certain amount of Tron that you wanted to get to in whatever amount of time, and that will tally up for you on the left side. That'll actually appear here, I believe, under the under your US and Euro and rubles icons there. All right, so there's that. And what other information? As we already noticed, the instructions for Forsage can be found here, which I was just on earlier. You can click on webinars to see what the upcoming webinars are. Here's the webinar that we're on right now. So that was posted there on the webinar. So for people who are trying to find out when the next webinar is going to be. You can also click on the news here, and this will bring up a lot of relevant information that they're posting on Telegram with respect to either these webinars or other relevant information about maybe the Trust wallet or the different wallets that they have. Here was something that somebody was trying to impersonate, I think Lotto, and he wanted to make mention of that, so that's there. So again, all that kind of relevant information you can find under the news tab. And then a few other things here. Again, this is where we can find our ID, of course. If you click onto it, that will take it away so that you can basically hide that. It'll appear as asterisks. Your number of partners that you brought in directly, the amount at least valued at the present moment. Of course, keep in mind this will fluctuate. It might go up, it could go down, so just be aware of that based on the value of Tron. But here you'll see the total amount of Tron that you have earned thus far, and that will always, of course, go up. It's never going to go back down. And this doesn't fluctuate at all other than when you have incoming Tron that's going to raise that number. Now here's the breakdown individually for X3. You can see how much has come into X3, and you can also see how much has come into X4. Okay. Now the notification bot, which effectively when you click onto this, you can set up your notification bot, your Tron notifier bot, which will tell you about different payments that have come in or new partners that have joined. So make sure that you set that up. Now when you first activate it, this screen will be showing as start, I think, on the bottom. And then of course, if you click on to start, it'll bring up this, but I think it could be in Russian first. So if you want to come down to the bottom here, click on settings, and that'll bring up the languages so you can put it in your native language, or at least the ones that are available for now. So, and again, if you want to add, your different Tron addresses, let's say you have multiple accounts, or you're basically managing other people's accounts, you can individually add by clicking add, typing in, or rather copy pasting in the address, and that will be there. And any activity that happens, you'll be notified by your notifier bot, whether on mobile or on PC like this. Okay, so there's where we find the notifier bot. And what else here? Now, the invite partner, that's something that we could, for people who that were already in the Ethereum platform, if you wanted to bring in or at least notify your team, you could do that. I'm not going to go into detail about that right now. And also, I already noted about the affiliate link. This is where you can find that. Just copy that, and then of course copy paste it all around. And again, the notifier, or not the notifier, but the Telegram icon, again, that'll take you to the official Forsage Telegram group. And of course, I'm already there, but it will let you join if you choose to join, and you should join so you can be up to date and in the know. And if you need to contact admins or support, you can do that over here. Now, of course, this is only the broadcast channel, so you do need to come to discuss, and that will take you into, it'll allow you to interact in the chat box so that you can ask questions to support or get feedback from other members and so on and so forth. And they do have an official YouTube channel, which I highly recommend subscribing to their YouTube channel, because there's a ton of relevant, resourceful information over there. So be sure to subscribe, and you can be up to date about some of the latest things that are going on And they have, of course, tutorials and other type of things over here. So do be sure to get over there and subscribe. And they've, of course, are gaining more and more subscribers every day. All right, and I think that pretty much covers it. And we've gone into one other thing too, the chat feature that is, I think, really important to note, because that is something that we can keep in touch with our, people that are coming in as our referrals or even our own. And I think you can actually contact anyone within the structure, not just your own referrals. I think you can contact your entire team structure. So when you do that, you just, of course, type in start the chat, and the list will come, or rather you type in, if you know what the ID is, which your directs, of course, can be found in the partners page. And I think that you're actually able to contact anyone within your structure. So be aware of that. If you do want to get people, let's say, into a WhatsApp group or a Telegram group, or if you have a Facebook group, and you can make sure that they're all in the same place and they can be up to date about what's going on. So that, I believe, covers it. All right, yeah, you can change the languages here. Again, I already showed you can log out right there. And John, were there any other points that I didn't go over?
Wallets and where to change Tron from ETH or other currency.
Okay, yeah, but the different options out there for mobile and desktop as well. Of course, you can use Token Pocket for both mobile and desktop because people out there, most people are using mobile. So there are a variety of options, and some people, based on their phone's version, maybe they don't have the latest version for their phone, so they're having trouble perhaps like connecting properly. Well, there are other options, and we would recommend trying all the different options until you're able to find the one that works best with your phone. Tronlink, tronlink.org. This is, again, clever.io. Again, another one that people seem to be having a lot of success with that. And also tronwallet.me. And these are the main ones. Yes, there are other applications that you can use, but these are the main ones that most people are using and having the best experience with. Again, I'm using my Tron link that's connected here, so you can do that and connect that to PC as well. Like I said, on mobile. And then, of course, some places we recommend using Simple Swap. I'm not sure what the minimum is. I think it's pretty low, but Simple Swap here. This is their site. It looks relatively simple because it is. I mean, you basically can come here and type in, the cryptocurrency that you're wanting to, let's say, use, and you put that in there. It could be Ethereum, and then what you want to convert it to. Of course, you can just type in there Tron, and of course you type in the recipient's address, and then that's it. You basically will be able to once you hit exchange, it'll give you the address to send or to pay for using that Ethereum in this case, and then the recipient's address would be your own address likely, and then that would end up in your Tron wallet, whichever Tron wallet you end up using. John, were there other options that you had in mind?
No, this one looks fine. The minimum amount is 0.015 Ethereum for Simple Swap.
So definitely a good option for people who are trying to find out what's one of the easiest ways that I can do it, and that is really one of the best ones that we know of. So give that a shot. All right, so we'll go ahead, and I think we are, how many minutes in are we? 45 minutes into the show here. So we'll do a Q&A so we can get people's questions answered. We always like to try to help out people who are who have questions, or even if you have testimonials or things that you wanted to share with the community that's listening. So let me go ahead and open up, cut on my video and get to the participants list. And for those of you guys, if you have questions, I think we probably do have hands raised, and we will go ahead and try to answer as much of these as we can. We'll just start straight here from the top. This is Rod Krishna. We'll open his mic up
Radha
first.
Krishna. Yeah.
And is it not unmuting?
It's not unmuting.
All right, we'll move on down. We'll come back to him. Next is Zayshan. Looks like we're having some issues opening up. Let's hop on down.
Okay. While you're here trying to figure out how to get people in, I want to make a small announcement for people who are on the chat. Very important. Had somebody ask me just about fake admins in Forsage and someone impersonating me and other admins. Now, I want to point out to you guys, a lot of us admins now have our names on our profiles and our username. Please check the username of the person you're chatting with before you give them any information, anything. Now, most of the admins will not DM you first. You have to reach out to us before we will respond to you. So if you get a sudden email or sudden telegram from somebody you don't know, it's probably a fake admin. Don't get taken in.
Be careful out there, people. Let's see. I think, yeah, we did get the mic open for Abdullah or Abdul.
Abdul Salam. Oh, it's gone.
I guess he muted his
There's another
mic
one.
again.
SPKP. SPKP got unmuted.
Which one is that? I don't see it on the list here.
Below the raised hands.
Yeah, are you there?
Consider.
No? Yes? All right, we'll go to dollar
Consider to unmute everybody.
or my dollar 2020. I guess we're having some issues, it seems, with getting these mics open.
Shall I try again?
Yeah, try on your end. It doesn't seem to be working from this side.
Okay, Radha Krishna, Nevada, you can unmute your microphone. Nope, can unmute. Next one, Zayshan, can you unmute your mic? Oh, it's not working. Next one, Abdul Salam. Oh, okay, it's unmuted now.
Zayshan, are you there?
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yes, who's
Hello?
this?
I am Abdul Salam from India, sir. How are you?
Okay, very good. What's your question?
Yeah, really excellent presentation, sir. I will understand. Thank you for yours. Sir, I like to know when is the gold axis launching, sir?
1 to 2 weeks approximately from now.
Okay. So I am doing. You want my ID number 7153 in this thing, Tron. Okay. I have crossed $1,300 as of now. So I completed 10 slot in X4 and 6 slot in X3.
Okay.
So I am eligible for global spillover, sir, if I completed 15.
Sorry, what double expose? I didn't understand.
No, in Tron, Forsage Tron X4, I completed 10. Okay.
Yes.
So if I completed 15, I will eligible for global spillover.
There isn't a global spillover system.
Okay. No. The only my team is working only. I will getting my spill. So if I will purchase higher slot, it will eligible for global spillover.
That's not guaranteed, huh?
Acha. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, the overflow works in a way that typically it's going to, you're going to be rotating into payment positions within your own team and your own network, but global spillover, so to speak, does take place too. But again, just because you upgrade to the 15th level, it doesn't activate global spillover, if that's what you're wondering.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, you can receive spillover from outside of your team at random, but again, it isn't a predictable thing. Who do we have, Mister? Or I'm sorry, My Dollar 2020. Their mic's open. Are
My
you there?
dollar is my dollar is unmuted.
Hey, are you there? And
Hello.
yeah, we got you. We can hear you.
Hello.
Did you have a question?
So I want more information. Can you share on my email ID?
Wait, you want more information about what again?
Is there any PPT or this presentation?
What you mean, like a PDF of the presentation?
Yeah, PDF is comfortable. Just
Um,
send me on my 2020.
yeah, we will. We'll post that in the chat box, and then you can, of course, copy that and
I,
use it yourself.
I'm from Dubai. I want to start here in Dubai.
Okay. Yeah, you can start from anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
You can just hop on and make sure that you, of course, follow.
yeah. But Dubai is empty, and I can start. I can cover all over Dubai. So please send me all details, or you can give me a reference of a good leader, top leader,
Okay.
capable leader who
Okay.
can
Well,
guide me,
we'll contact you
who
and try
can be
to,
my senior.
yeah, we'll try to point you in the right direction. We'll get somebody to take care of you.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah,
Please
you got
send me
it.
on my email ID my $20.
Okay, sure thing. We will. All right, and we got Albert next. Is this? There we go. Albert, you
Hello.
there?
Hello. Yeah, I'm here. Actually, I have a question. Like, we have seen some technical buzz. Actually, earlier the registration, everything, timing shows, and it smoothly comes up. But these days, we have seen like it, it seems something like hang up, and it, though the process is complete, but that doesn't goes out from the screen. So why is it so? And recently we have also seen like you have tried something to explain us, but in view mode also it was able to upgrade. So it was quite shocking. So sometimes we may also get such kind of a surprise if
Yeah, I kind
somebody
of
views
quite was
other
quite a surprise
IDs.
there myself. I just sent out $2,300. But
Yeah, yeah,
regardless,
yeah.
it's good because again, now it's done, and I have no worries that there'll still be money coming in. But what exactly though was your question though?
But my fear is like sometimes we used to view others ID also, and some of our teams, they may try it like that, and it may happen to other IDs also. So
Well, you
I think
can't
like
you
there is
can't
something.
upgrade. You actually can't upgrade unless you are logged in into your Tron wallet. They would have to have access to your Tron wallet, regardless of whether or not even though I was in view mode just there a second ago, which again definitely was a bit shocking. Wasn't prepared to send out $2,300, but again, that can only be done from within your own Tron wallet, regardless.
And moreover today, yeah, and moreover in today's session nothing was explained, or no explanation about X gold, like uh, is
Well, I mean,
it
again,
will
we don't
work
really
based on
want
our
to.
own structure.
Sorry, again, based, of
Yeah.
course, this is for the. Now, it is launching, and it is launching from within the Tron platform. Of course, if you scroll on down to the bottom, well, hang on, let me go to the dashboard here. But if you were to, scroll down, you will see that it is integrated because effectively we have our X3, we have our X4, and then the X Gold will also be here when it opens up in a few weeks. Now, again, I haven't gone into explanation because even for myself, I'm not super well versed on it. Perhaps, John, if you want to touch on it briefly to give them, I'll bring up.
Yeah, I've dropped the PDF with the X Gold into the chat box so you guys can look at it. XGold basically is a new project added on to the X3, X4. XGold has got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of positions below. It's a different smart contract created personally for you in the Tron network. So to enter this goal, you have to, well, existing members can buy the boxes at the minimum price of 200 TRX in doubles. New members after the XGold is launched will have to sign into all 3 programs, and you have to pay 400 TRX to get in. What this does is it allows you to get more spillovers from more levels of people in the network in your team. Launching date is about 1 to 2 weeks from now.
Yes, sir. Will it allow us for the global spill in XGold?
No information on that one yet, though.
Okay, and there will be any like, suppose like in working or non-working, if we upgrade before our superior, then it affects them. But in XGold also the system will work the same, or?
I'm led to believe it's exactly the same as X4, just you have more lines below. In X4 you only have 2 lines. In XGold you have 4 lines.
Okay, so it will also work from our own system only, like from our own network.
You will work and you will have the same ID actually in your system with XGold. It will follow your same ID.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. But coming days we will wait for the exact plan.
Yes.
Yeah,
now
we're all
there's no
looking forward
information
to
yet
it.
released. We hope to get it.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
And let's see, moving on down, let's go to Dominique Savia. And we'll go for about another 5 minutes.
Hey guys, I just posted the PDF.
Hello. Good evening. I'm Dominic from India.
Hey.
Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you pretty good. Go ahead.
Am I audible? Okay. I'm sorry, I just joined the session a bit late and I didn't get your name, the presenter. Can I have your name, please?
Yeah, sure. My name is Tamik.
Oh, Mr. Tamik. Because Dr. Turner is known to me because I used to attend that Forsage Ethereum meet earlier. I have also had a couple of interchanges of ideas. But now I wanted to know how often this kind of meetings are taking place. At Indian Standard Time is about 10:30 p.m. But how often, every day, in a week, how many days you have this session for Tron? And when you have sessions for Ethereum?
Well, right now we're it's like an impromptu thing. We try to do them because John and I have been doing these Zoom calls for over 7 months for the Ethereum platform, basically in an official capacity. But we, have recently started doing Zoom calls, and I've just I've let Lotto know that I'm, ready to do Zoom calls again. And basically there isn't a set schedule. We're trying to stick to Tuesday and potentially Fridays, but I think I actually have some things going on this Friday, so I won't be able to do it Friday, but I might do Saturday in place. But of course, that'll be posted in the Telegram channel.
Every Saturday.
Sorry?
Oh, you are posting in Telegram, huh? Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
You are posting this information in Telegram, right?
Yeah, and of course in the back office, as you can see here.
When is that for? Okay.
No, there's a bit of a delay. Sorry.
Okay.
One more time.
Hello.
Yeah,
yes.
Go ahead.
This meetings regarding the webinar for Ethereum. This is happening on Saturdays for Tron. For Ethereum, when it is happening every day, every week. Which day?
No, we've actually we're not doing the Ethereum Zoom calls. We're only running them for these Tron for the Tron platform right now.
Okay. That's on every Saturday night, right?
It's not set in place, but I will probably do it again this Saturday. Probably John and myself. But again, it's not set in stone. I'll just have to let Lotto know within a few days before.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Your presentation is good.
Hey, thank you.
Bye-bye. Welcome.
All right, moving on down, we've got Sarbuth. My apologies for the
Yeah, I'm.
mispronunciation.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, we got you.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Tamik, and hello, Dr. John. How are you guys doing?
Hi. We're okay. Good,
Doing
good.
good,
How are you?
thanks.
I'm doing absolutely awesome, sir. And I would really like to thank you all guys in the Forsage community for giving me such a wonderful platform. Because with Tron, in 8 to 9 days, I have earned $3,500.
That's great news, man. I hear you. It
That's a
definitely works.
great platform. Yeah, thank you so much. You guys have given me such a wonderful platform that has completely changed my life. I have been into net marketing from past 16 years, but in my life, I have never seen such a wonderful platform. So
That's
thank you
awesome.
so much, guys. And I would just like to raise a small query. Some of the smartphones are facing issues with the IDs.
Right.
When they are trying to generate an ID with some of the smartphones, they are still not able to generate an ID with some smartphones. So is company working on that so that they will be compatible with all type of smartphones in future?
They are working on it to get it streamlined for all phones and all, I would imagine the various different versions, because some people haven't updated their phones to the latest version and so on and so forth. And of course, there were some issues just with the compatibility between the different DApp browsers. But the developers are definitely working to get it all sorted out. Are you
Okay,
there?
yeah. So thank you so much. I hope that this issue gets sorted out soon. Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Okay.
I just hope that this issue gets sorted out very quickly. It's because a lot of partners are waiting to join the system, and they are just trying again day by day, but they are still unable to join with us due to the issue of that smartphone.
Have they tried all of the
They have
different?
tried a number of dApp browsers,
Okay.
either yeah, they have tried different dApp browsers like dApp Pocket, Tron Link Pro, then Token Pocket. They have tried different type of dApp browsers, but still they are unable to join with the system.